Parliament is recalled as mob rule breaks out on the streets for a third night in London. The spate of looting and arson spreads across London, and for the first time out to the cities of Birmingham, Bristol and Liverpool. So after 3 nights of riots, the Prime Minister flies home to take charge of the emergency response.
There's already been 450 people arrested. We will make sure that court procedures and processes are speeded up. And I have this very clear message to those people who are responsible for this wrongdoing. You will feel the full force of the law.
And right in the language of the unheard, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless. And right in the language of the unheard, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless. And right in the language of the unheard. Oh wait, we haven't heard that before. That's a quote from MLK, and that was back in the day, and it's still relevant today, especially in Western society and those influenced by Western society. So let me tell you some facts about the UK. Apparently in the world it's the 4th richest country. Yeah, right, if that's the case, why isn't the wealth shared equally? We have to spend more on ourselves and more on destroying communities, destroying families. For them it's all about power, it's never been about money. Go ahead, just look back in history. Poor education system, so you step out at ready looking like a dummy. After all, you are a reflection of your parents in society. And right in the language of the unheard, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless. And right in the language of the unheard, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless. And right in the language of the unheard, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless. And right in the language of the unheard, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless. It's so easy to blame the youth of today, but not all participating in this way. Even some adults who probably are kids who are either watching or looting away. And the police, please tell me, what did they do? Nothing. That's why this could so easily been avoided. But what gets me annoyed is the link to how it all started. A officer from Mercedes Firearms Command and along with officers from Operation Trident, which will legally kill Mark Darkin. May he rest but live in eternal peace. But somehow it linked to the press that Mark had fired a weapon, and reading and hearing that from the mass media quickly formed speculation without any factual evidence. It was not long ago when Spidey Culture was another victim of dying in police custody. Say something. And right in the language of the unheard, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless. And right in the language of the unheard, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless. And right in the language of the unheard, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless. And right in the language of the unheard, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless. And all those who died under police custody in previous months and years, there's been no proper investigation. So of course Mark's family and friends go to speak to the top police officer for unanswered questions. You heard one of the community leaders. This was a peaceful protest which was led by women. They insisted to be seen before nightfall, and in my opinion it's almost like the police set this whole thing up. The continuous rioting across the United Kingdom, starting with Tottenham. I'm not saying his family or friends took place in the rioting, as they clearly went home just before it all happened. But again, police are called into question just after beating a 6-year-old girl just for asking questions. Think about this, young people are so easily manipulated. It's fully well known that we use social networking. How would you not know if a group of people who were paid just to kick up things? Listen. And right in the language of the unheard, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless. And right in the language of the unheard, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless, voices of the voiceless. How would you not know if the police paid informants to kick up things, or had an undercover to kick up things, do the arsoning and telling others to do the same by spreading that shit on BlackBerry and other social network sites? Shops being looted and buildings blazing and shopping on Twitter and Facebook and BlackBerry. Come on now. It doesn't make any sense to me, and the police were told not to believe any rumours spreading, so of course it was bound to escalate to outrageous behaviour. No freedom, so we can say that who the boss is. It took a few days and Demon Cameron and Boris Johnson to come from their holidaying, and they have to cheat to blame their parenting when the government took the right of the discipline. Listen, I just want to say one more thing. Listen, at the end of the day, yeah, that police who pulled the trigger, the police who beat that 16-year-old girl, the police that, you know, killed all these other people under their custody need to be brought into justice under the public eye, straight. Name and shame these people. Do you understand me? And the other thing I want to say is, we need to keep our head up, keep strong, focus on positive things. Like, that's how life is right now. It's kind of messed up.